So in the digital age of music production, we have been striving to capture the sound of analog. And in recent years, it's become extremely popular to use vintage plugins to get that colored analog sound. And in today's video, we're going to be comparing 3 of the most popular plugins that you can use to achieve this. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here and you're an aspiring music producer looking to make more than just beats, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and join me on this journey. Now let's get into today's video. Alright, so first I'm just going to lay down a quick melody on the piano here. I'm using the Maverick in Native Instruments Complete. And that works for me. So now I'm just going to bounce this to audio real quick here. So the first plugin on the list that we're going to use is Izotope Vinyl. This is the only free plugin on the list, and it's been a go-to for years for a lot of people. And the cool features of the Vinyl plugin is that it has a decade setting, so you can go from the 2000s, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, and 30s. And it all gives you a little bit different color to the sound. So you can see that as you get older in the decades, it has more of an audio degradation to it. It sounds thinner and it sounds a little bit more worn out. With this plugin, I think that the 1960 setting is like a nice sweet spot, and then you can just kind of tweak it from there if you wanted. So you can set it to the record size. So if you wanted to emulate a 45 or a 33, you can do that. And if you wanted to get rid of the crackles, you can just take the dust all the way down. And if you wanted to automate a DJ spin down at the end of it, you can do that. They've also introduced this lo-fi setting here. Which gives you those kind of like oversaturated artifact sounds. And then the warp knob and the wear knobs are what's going to control the amount of warble, as people like to say. So for many people, this free plugin is going to be plenty enough. But what if you're interested in something slightly different? Then you might want to take a look at SketchCassette 2 by Aberrant DSP. First of all, this is probably one of the coolest interfaces that you're going to come across. Second of all, for me, as a kid growing up in the 90s, falling in love with music by listening to cassettes, this one is really cool. So obviously the focus here, rather than vinyl, is on tape. And I can tell you that if you're looking to make lo-fi music, this is probably the go-to plugin for you. So let's go through some of their presets really quick here. And with SketchCassette 2, they actually offered a couple different new things. One of them is tempo sync. So that all the wobbles and everything are in sync with your tempo, which is really cool. But aside from that, the basic functionality is you have this knob down here that's going to control how worn or how new the tape sounds. And if you want to get really crazy, hop into the experimental presets. You'll find some pretty interesting sounds here. That's enough to make you dizzy. So even as a tape saturation plugin itself, it works really well. So you could just kind of have it set to the reset default here and just add the saturation as you go. Then of course we move on to the most popular plugin on the list, which is the almighty XLN Audio RC-20. So RC-20 is definitely gained notoriety in the hip hop sample community, and RC-20 is the most expensive on the list, coming in at $100, but rightfully so. It does offer a couple things that both SketchCassette and Izotope Vinyl do not. One of those things is going to be a built-in reverb with the space knob here. And the vinyl presets are going to be the most common ones. I like to use vinyl 2 a lot. I tend to take out the crackling noises, but it can also get kind of crazy on here as well. So let's take a listen to some of the other presets here. You can also control the amount that the effects are mixed into it. So if you use this magnitude knob here, so it works kind of like a wet and dry mix knob. And just for fun, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into running all three of them at the same time here. Not bad. A little bit of overkill, but not bad. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Just a quick look at some of the plugins that you can get to create that vintage sound, whether you're making lo-fi beats, hip-hop samples, or you just want to add some little bit of extra texture to your tracks. Now, it might be overkill to have all three of them, but I have and still do use all three of these for different things, because I think that you really can't capture the same sound of tape distortion that you get with SketchCassette. Plus, I mean, come on, man, like look how cool that thing looks. And RC-20 is just continues to be the go-to for many producers. But Izotope Vinyl, there's no reason that you shouldn't have this. It's free. Go download it right now. Grab it on Plugin Boutique if you want. So I'll leave the link in the description to all three of these plugins. Comment down below which one you guys think sounds the best, which one you use if you do use any of them. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up. It really helps me out with what I'm doing here. And I will catch you in the next video.